I have two daughters who are commissioned fans, among others. And I got to do that to keep their Uncle Peanut happy too. But they are commissioned fans, and Christian and Camille, they know all your songs. Stand up, Christian and Camille. They know all the songs, so when we are coming, we get to bouncing. I'm driving and they get me bouncing. And the one that we bounce on is "It's So Good to Know the Savior." All right. So we just kind of get to move it. I'd like to hear that, and we're going to dedicate it to you two so we can bounce together. Commission.
It's so good to know the Savior, that He's walking hand in hand with me. When I'm feeling by my side, there's no other place I'd rather be. Prominent people on this earth, it's so good to have them on our side. Everywhere we go, it's good to people know our faces, lets us know that we've arrived. When you're talking about heaven and spiritual things, there is only one who matters, and that's Jesus Christ the King. Knowing people on this earth doesn't really matter much. If Jesus is in your corner, all alone is good enough. Yeah. It's so good to know the Savior, that He's walking hand in hand with me. When I'm in His holy presence, there's no other place I'd rather be.
So now you know the reason why I am singing you this kind of song. It's just because I know He's mine, and to Him I hope that you belong.
Well, I pray that you really know the Lord and all His sufferings and His resurrection power. You've tasted and seen that the Lord is so wonderful, His grace and joy so divine, mercy everlasting, forgiving time after time.
Oh, 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 what joy we have in Him. Oh, 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 what peace we have in Him.
Hey, hey, hey. Now I really love the Lord because of first loved me. His blessing keeps on flowing continually. To know Him is to love Him, and to love Him is to serve Him.
It's so good to know the Savior, that He's walking hand in hand with me. When I'm feeling by my side, there's no other place I'd rather be. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You got to know,
You got to know,
you got to know,
you got to know,
you got to know Him. You got to
you
know
got to
Him.
know,
You got to know,
you got to know,
you got to know.
oh yes,
You got to know Him.
yes,
You got to.
it's so good to know,
So good to know.
so much
It's
peace
so good to know.
and so much love.
So good to know Him.
Yeah,
So good to.
you got to know
So good to know.
for yourself.
It's so good to know.
You can't depend
So good to know
on
Him.
no one else.
So good to.
You got to know.
So good to know.
You got to know
It's so good to know.
for yourself.
So good to know Him. Yeah.
You need to
So
know.
good
You
to
need to know
know
Him.
Him. It's so good to know.
Hey,
It's so good to know. So good to know Him. So good to
important people
So good to know.
are nice to know.
It's so good to know.
But if it's Jesus,
So good to know
you
Him.
can be sure
So
that
good
His
to
will is good
know Him.
to
It's so good to know. It's so good to know. So good to know.
yourself.
It feels so good to know.
It feels mighty real when you know the Savior for yourself.
Feels so good to know.
Well, I'm glad to know the Savior. I'm glad to know that He died. And He rose